Ten Shadows is not his original
It
technique.
doesn't
He had
matter.
to take
He's
that
using
from
it
a
that much.
kid.
It doesn't matter.
He
That's
had to
what
take
he's
that from
using
a
right
kid.
now.
I would put Sukuna as the next groomer in this year's.
What?
We got
What?
Chris Tyson for July
No.
and Doctor Disrespect before that. I would say for August with this video, I would say Sukuna is the next one.
How?
He literally took a kid. He took a kid and he got inside him.
Pause. What's up, guys? How's it going? It's that boy Reggie here, and I'm back at it again with another video. Today I'm here with my boy Russ, and we're going to be discussing who would win between Gojo, right, post Prison Realm,
Right.
versus Sukuna, Heian era form. Russ, take it away.
Um, I mean, I think why are we even having this debate? It should be an easy answer to this question.
I agree.
Obvious, obviously, everyone with me is going to answer Gojo, right? He's the goat. Like, how is Sukuna even going to get past his limitless? There's no way. His infinity. I'm sorry. So, yeah, no, I absolutely Gojo wins. Hard diff. I wouldn't even give
You said
Sukuna.
hard diff?
I would say hard.
What?
I wouldn't say extreme diff because I don't want to give Sukuna all that. He's just simply not him. Um, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Gojo wins without a doubt. I would, and I'm being generous. Me giving Sukuna hard diff is me being generous.
What?
Absolutely.
How?
Like, what do you mean how?
Yeah, how is that being generous?
You're gonna ask me that? Like, we did not just see 20 chapters of my absolute goat just laying on them hands on Sukuna. Like, if we reread the fights, okay, even though this is him in his Meikuna form, he's lost every hand to hand encounter with the goat, okay, and could not touch him until he used his domain. Okay, that's like the only thing he had an edge on, only because obviously the distance of his domain was outreaching the domain of my goats, unfortunately, and he was able to do all that nonsense. But other than that, if we just take that out of the equation, Gojo is absolutely superior. Like, Sukuna had to learn from Gojo how to, what was it, recharge, uh, or I forgot what the term is.
What do you mean, like with the black flash?
Heal his burnt out curse technique. Right. Using reverse curse technique to heal his burnt out curse technique. So like even Sukuna was still taking notes from him. So absolutely my stance, and I'm pretty sure 90% of the people watching this video is gonna agree with me.
90?
Yes, 90%. Leave your comments in the below to show your support for the GOAT, Gojo. Yeah, that's my take on it.
Dang. Okay, look. I disagree. I think
that's it. That's it.
that's it. Cut the video. No, but okay, look. I disagree, right? I think that Sukuna would take this fight. I would say I would even look, I would even give Gojo his respect, right? I would say extreme diff, right?
Okay, look. So remember, this is Heian area Sukuna, so we're taking away the 10 shadows, right?
Right,
No
right.
matter,
Right.
right. So he can't even adapt to infinity.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's all good. I'm not even
All right.
worried. I'm not even worried. Look, I'm not worried at all.
Keep going. Keep going.
Right? So I think Sukuna wins this. I would say extreme diff. If I'm being honest, I would say hard diff. But I'm giving Gojo, right? I'm giving your goat, your
Okay.
fake goat,
Hey, no, look.
the respect
Hold on.
he
It's not
needs.
just my fake. I'm sorry. It's not just my goat. It's the whole world's
The
goat.
whole world. Okay, okay.
Yes.
You mean the whole world's fake goat?
No.
Look, I'm just
No.
saying. Look, okay, let's go back and see, right? I'll give you that Sukuna was taking notes, right? Okay, he learned a couple things from Gojo, and I think that's why he respected him so much at the end, right? He was just like, I will never forget you for as long as I live.
Right.
He was like,
Right.
you're my boy. No one's ever
Okay.
made me feel this way. Pause.
Yeah.
So, yeah, credit where credit is due, right?
I
Gojo was a beast.
yeah.
Now,
Uh-huh.
we know that Sukuna, his whole thing is about fighting, right? His whole thing is about being the strongest, right? And he always gives people the chance to prove themselves. We saw that with Jogo, and with Sukuna's dialogue and everything. Like he with what's his name, the the lawyer dude,
Oh, what? Damn.
Higuruma.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Higuruma.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Higuruma,
sorry.
right? When he
I
was
didn't
just like,
remember.
"Yo, what are you gonna do? Right? You gotta evolve. You gotta get better and learn reverse curse technique, or that's it."
Right.
So Sukuna, he likes to give people chances to like evolve and get better and surpass their limits, right? So of course, like let's say Sukuna, he
Uh-huh.
sees Megumi, he
Right.
sees his technique,
Right.
he sees Gojo, and then he's like, you know what? This would be a perfect chance for me to test out this technique. Let me use this technique and let me try to get the fullest I can from this technique, right? So
Right.
he used that, right? I mean, could he have gone into his hand form? Sure, but he chose not to. He finished the fight with his Mekuna form.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. But I was gonna say the reason why he didn't turn into his hand arrow form is because obviously it's a backup, right?
Right.
So
Exactly. He didn't need the backup.
hold
He
on.
didn't need the
No, but I'm
backup. He
saying
didn't need the backup. He was
no.
like, look, if
No.
I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this with this form, and that's it. I'm
Okay.
gonna try to take it
So
to the highest level, and that's it.
okay, sure. He didn't need it, but I'm saying that the reason why he didn't go into the fight with his hand arrow is because it was a failsafe, right? Because he knew that either way, after Gojo, he would have to fight all those students, right?
Oh, you
All of
think
his
he's
students.
worried about those students? Look, he's been like 20v1ing them this whole time. He's not worried about them.
Okay,
He's probably not even worried about Gojo. He was just like, yo, let's do
but
this.
but look, he took Megumi right. The as soon as he laid eyes on Megumi and saw his potential, his curse technique, Mahoraga, he knew he had to have him. Pause because it was the only surefire way that he knew to get over Gojo's infinity.
I disagree.
Would
I think
would you
he
not
was just
consider that?
interested in his curse technique. He was just like, yo, that's dope. I want to
I
try it
dis
out.
I disagree.
Plus, he didn't even know Megami's Mahoraga before even fighting Gojo. And even then, he was like threatening Gojo. He was just like, "Yo, when I get out, you're the first one on my list. I'm gonna get you."
Okay, but that's just him just talking plainly in general.
Okay, but
Obviously,
do you not think that he doesn't care what Gojo is? Even when he was fighting, right? In the first episode, when Gojo like was like teleporting, and then Suguna was like, "Oh damn, he's fast," and then he's like, "Wait, no, that's not it." So he could already see his 20 billion IQ brain was firing, and
uh-huh.
he could see. He was just like, you know what? I'm starting to see what's going on here. And then of course,
Right,
like his time limit came up, and Yuji took over. But anyway, back to what I was saying. He likes to evolve. He likes to get to the top, and that's what he wanted to do with Megumi's technique. And that's
right,
why he used it with Gojo. That's why he didn't go to his Heian form. He wanted to do he wanted to get to the highest level of that form. And he did, right? He used Mahoraga, and he did the Chimera. He
okay,
did like
okay,
nothing we've ever seen before from a Ten Shadows user. Like granted it's only been Megami, but and Megami, like you cannot bet on Megami.
right.
Sorry, Megami fans, but what has he done?
But look, even before like the fight and Sukuna taking over Megumi's body, right? The story from Gojo, how he told about in the past a infinity blue eyes sorcerer, Gojo's ancestor, you know, ultimately fought to the death with another sorcerer that had the 10 shadows, right? So just because of like that past fight between a 10 shadows user and a blue-eyed six eyes infinity user, like that's been foreshadowed, right? So we already
Irrelevant. I
knew.
think that's irrelevant.
Hold on, let me finish
I
my
think
point.
that's
Like,
just to highlight the
we
potential of Megami, right? I think that it doesn't matter. I don't think that it was meant to be like,
fair
oh,
enough, but
Sukuna is gonna use this to then beat Gojo. Like, no, I think that was just to highlight Megumi's potential.
I mean, sure, but that also tells us viewers like, okay, so the 10 shadows is
Nah, no,
also
you're gonna take that and be like, oh, foreshadowing. Like, nah,
that's also
this isn't One Piece. This isn't One
a
Piece. What are you talking about?
JJK wishes
Exactly.
it was
But
One
this
Piece.
is not One
No,
Piece.
but I think both could be true, right? Not only is it showing Megumi's potential, but also like 10 shadows as a technique is one of the few techniques, if I want to say the only technique that could get past infinity,
Right.
right? So we've been foreshadowed this,
Right.
and I'm pretty sure as soon as Sukuna learned of it, he's like, "Got to get my hands on this boy."
Right.
Pause.
But see, even if, let's say, that's not even my argument, but even if he did do that, right? Even if he was just like, yeah, let me use his technique, doesn't that just show battle IQ? He's just like, you know what? I'm gonna use all the cards in my favor to try to win this fight.
Okay, which I will concede.
Right?
Okay, I will say,
But that's not my point, right? My point is that Sukuna just wanted to use his technique, level it up to the highest potential, and then be like, yep, I did it. I can do it.
okay, but he needed 10 shadows. He needed a Megumi.
He didn't need him. He wanted to use him, right? In fact, like he was like, "Yo, who other than Yuji can actually withstand my power, but is
But
not strong enough to hold me within?"
well,
And
so
he'd
remember.
already took interest in Megami. That's why he took his body.
Okay, hold
He
on.
knew Megami was weak minded. Right? Do not bet on Megami.
Right.
He was weak minded, but he had the potential to be one of the greats. So he had that he could withstand Suguna's power, so that's why he chose Megami. In fact, I think he even said it in one of the panels. So, right, I mean,
Okay,
there you go.
you're not taking into account that Yuji was specifically crafted by Kenjaku to hold Sugano.
But that's irrelevant.
And
I'm
he
saying
was
that
at one
Suguna was
point a
looking
million.
for another vessel that could hold him and he could also just completely take over.
But I think Sukuna took that risk of, trying with Megan. I
Right,
mean,
but
ultimately it worked, but it was
right.
a risk.
But that doesn't matter. What we're talking about here is like, look, this is we just went way. This is not my point. My point
Okay.
was him using the technique to his highest potential, and he did. Right? He used Baharaga, and he was like, "Yo, teach me,"
Hold on.
and he did it.
I just want to bring up an important fact, or I'm sorry, a important part that I just noticed. Point. I'm sorry. So as we discussed earlier, when Sukuna was toying with Higuruma, right? He was forcing Higuruma to evolve and grow stronger in that fight.
Right.
But I would say when Gojo went against Sukuna, it was like vice versa. Not that my goat was doing it intentionally, but Sukuna was being forced to grow and adapt during it.
That's my whole point, right? And I wouldn't say that he was growing as in power. I think he already
Right,
had the
but
power,
we're talking
but I'm
Meg,
talking about
Meg,
his technique,
right, Megkuna though.
right?
Right. The
And
real question is
that's my point.
could,
That's
could,
my that's my point.
could Heian Sukuna beat Gojo? No.
Hold on.
He
You didn't
needed.
even you haven't even let me finish. You've been interrupting me like this whole time.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I haven't even finished my point. I haven't even gotten to Hey and Era Sukuna. I'm still in like
Okay,
Mekuda,
okay.
and you keep
All
on
right.
interrupting me. Like what the?
All right.
So
Can't
again,
do.
like to your point, yes, that's what I'm saying, and that's what I was trying to clarify is that yes, Gojo was forcing him to evolve, but not in power, right? Sukuna already has all the power, but he doesn't know the curse technique all that well, right? So he was constantly having to evolve that curse technique and having to think of new ways on how to use it and how to use it to his advantage. So then, like all these time, he finally did it. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna use that boy Mahoraga, and I'm gonna use my a billion IQ brain that I can see one technique being used and I can like copy it right away. And he did it, right? He was just like, yo, show me how to get through infinity. And then they was like, all right, bet, thanks, goodbye, and that was it, right?
Okay.
Now
Um.
going now that was it. That was my whole thing with him using Mekuna. Now, did he need to do that? No, but I think in by pure like principle, he had to. He was like, I have this new technique. I need to see what it can do. I need to see where it can take me. I need to see the highest levels of it. Let me use this boy Gojo because he's not on my level yet. But let me use him to see what this technique can do.
So I'll let you know.
Now let's go to Gojo, right? Gojo when he was in the train station, he said, what did he say? I don't think I made him go all out. Right? That was from Gojo himself. He said
Uh.
I did not make him go all out. Right? That was number 1. Can you agree?
Well, I mean,
Did
semantics.
he yes or no? Did he say
He
that?
wasn't.
Did yes or no
He
no
was.
no 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 yes or no? Did he say that he didn't make Sukuna go all out?
I think we could all read the manga panel for ourselves.
Bro.
But I, I interpret what my goat was saying different.
How did you interpret it?
Boy, Sukuna was obviously cheating because he got like two
How is
lives,
it
right?
cheating, bro? Like what?
Boy, well, again,
That's like
right?
me saying
So,
like, oh yeah, Gojo's cheating because he has both the Limitless and the Six Eyes. That's
bro,
cheating.
like, boy, but he's like the king of curses.
What?
It's like,
And that's what I'm
okay,
saying. Like you, this is like saying like Sukuna like intentionally gave himself a handicap by using Megami's technique, and then being like, all right, show
wait,
me what you got.
I still don't believe you answered the question because you just went these past 5 to 10 minutes
Well,
just
because
praising
you've been interrupting
Sukuna.
me this whole time. I've been trying to
But
make a point, and
you're
you've
just
interrupted me.
you're going on a glaze session. Like you're
Look,
just saying how
look,
Sukuna was trying
you
to
have
improve.
interrupted me.
Like,
All I've been trying to say, right? This could have been like a 2 minute speech, but you've interrupted me so many times that it's now been like 10 minutes.
well, we need to monetize. We need to monetize this video. So
But my whole point was
okay,
that Sukuna, like his whole thing is to grow stronger through fighting. He's using a new technique that he's very interested in. He was like, let me see what it can do. And he used Gojo to get to that highest level of potential for that technique, right? Did he need
so
to use it? No. Now,
but you're
we have Gojo, who he himself told Geto, like, oh, I'm not, I died, I'm happy, but, I don't think I made him go all out, I feel bad for not giving him the pleasure pause that he deserved. And he you could admit you saw the panel, you read it, he said it. Gojo himself said it. No one else. No one. Yuta wasn't like, oh, he didn't go all out. Uraume wasn't like, oh, he didn't go all out. No one said it. It was Gojo himself. Your said goat. He was just like, oh, yeah. I was cooked. I didn't make him go all out. Now, fast forward to these whole fights. Like Sukuna has been like just mollywopping everyone, and even then, he still is said to have cursed energy comparable to Yuta. A Yuta that has more cursed energy than Gojo. And you've seen him pull out so many different techniques that you've been like, oh, Sukuna's cooked, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, he's not. Oh, Sukuna's cooked. Oh no, he's not. What makes you think that he can't do that versus Gojo? Especially, when he's like unrestrained, right? Heian era, 4 arms, 2 mouths. What uh the potential is limitless. He can do
Okay.
so many more things. He can do
Okay.
incantations with the other mouth.
Okay.
His hand to hand is probably even greater with multiple hands now. Well, you already have multiple hands, but with like 4 hands now. I mean, it's just
Okay.
like Sukuna just bumps up in power from Mekuna to Heian era.
Um.
So
Can
who's to
I,
say that? And then plus we've seen techniques that can just 100% nullify curse techniques, right? Like simple domains and stuff like that. You even saw Sukuna freaking punch Yuji and not Yuji, Yuta, and Yuta was like, "What? He got through my infinity?" And Sukuna
right.
was like, "Yes, I did, boy." So
Okay.
you see all these different things that Sukuna can do. So all of that, right, leads me to believe that Sukuna would still probably beat Gojo without
You
Mahoraga.
you you could absolutely be any more wrong than what you just said right now.
Okay.
Obviously, you like to cite what my goat said, right? I'm interpreting it differently.
How are you
That's
interpreting? Go ahead. Let,
look.
let me know.
So
Let me know. What
first,
what what do you think he
okay.
meant?
First of all, let's understand this. Heian era Sukuna and Meguna are two different forms, right?
Right.
I believe has a pro and con. I wouldn't say Heian era Sukuna is a straight up upgrade over Meguna,
I would say he
right?
is.
I would obviously again both forms have pros and cons, and I would argue that Meguna is more equipped to deal with Gojo and his curse technique. It's more it's more properly um, equipped, right? That's it. Heian era Sukuna has nothing other than domain amplification, right? Simple domains, and then his domain
How is that
expansion.
nothing though? How are you just saying that that's nothing? That is clearly
And you
ways
don't
to
think
get through curse techniques and in how to survive in people's like domains.
sure, and you don't think Gojo probably has a way to counter that as well,
But
right?
you're
Like how
talking about like the king of curses, my boy. Someone who already beat Gojo.
so if we continue reading that same chapter where my goat expressed his feelings, rest in peace. Sukuna himself admitted that he needed Mahoraga to learn how to get past infinity.
Okay.
Like, if
Okay.
that doesn't tell that he needed Mahoraga to cheat, then
What?
I
How
don't
is
know.
that cheating? Okay, hold on. How is that cheating? How is that
He
cheating?
he he needed him to learn how to get past
But that's
infinity.
like saying, oh, damn, Gojo with his limitless, he can create purple. That's cheating, bro. Like what? Like how is that cheating? That's just part of the techniques.
I don't think that's the same.
It
I
is the
don't
same.
I don't
He's just
I,
utilizing his resources in order to fight. Right? In Love and War,
but
everything goes.
but the Ten
Love and
Shadows
War,
is not
anything goes.
Ten Shadows is not his original
It
technique.
doesn't
He had
matter.
to take
He's
that
using
from
it
a
that much.
kid.
It doesn't matter.
He
That's
had to
what
take
he's
that from
using
a
right
kid.
now.
I would put Sukuna as the next groomer in this year's
What?
baseball. We got
What?
Chris Texan for July
No.
and Doctor Disrespect before that. I would say for August with this video, I would say Sukuna is the next one.
How?
He literally took a kid. He took a kid and he got inside him.
Pause.
Socks. Right. So I mean,
No,
he needed him.
no.
He needed
I don't think he needed him. And then you just keep on saying that he cheated when it's just part of a fight. Like, how are you going to say he cheated? It's part of a fight. He used his resources. How is that not just part of a fight?
Okay, but the original question is Heian era
That's what
Sukuna.
I'm
We're not
saying,
talking
right? I'm
right.
saying for me, I'm saying that he didn't have to use Mekuna form, right? And for me, Mekuna is a weaker form than a Heian era because Heian era
Okay,
has that the four arms, the two mouths,
hold on,
multiple
hold on,
eyes.
hold on.
He even has his
So
tools, right? If we want to talk about the tools,
let me talk. You
you
know, let me
know, you
talk.
you see how it feels when someone interrupts you.
Okay, okay. Can I talk? Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so and we're talking about Heian era Sukuna. So look, post post Gojo fight going into Kashima, that Heian era form Sukuna, I argue is stronger than Heian era Sukuna pre Gojo, right? Because again, I agree with your earlier point that Sukuna had learned and grew, got stronger from that fight. So I would argue that Heian era Sukuna post Gojo fight going into Kashimo is stronger than his previous Heian era form.
Right.
So when we initially posed the question, is Heian era Sukuna stronger than Gojo? Vice versa, who would win? Are we talking about pre Gojo fight or post
I
Gojo
don't
fight?
think it matters.
Let's,
I think it like they both will grow
what?
stronger with the fight.
It matters.
No, because
Be-
Gojo also grew stronger with during the fight. Did he not?
um,
There's even panels where like the spectators like Yuta and them they were like, holy crap, they're doing stuff with jujutsu that I have never even thought about. Like, holy crap, they're breaking the freaking boundaries of jujutsu. Oh my god, Gojo is this. Oh my god, Suguna's doing that. Like that was like the whole freaking fight. So it's both of them getting stronger, and that again, that's why I said that
but
Sukuna
arguably,
Sukuna gave
Sukuna,
props to Gojo because of that.
but you can argue that Sukuna benefited more, right?
How do you
Because he
even quantify that?
the feats.
How do
Did
you
you not
quantify
see him
that?
a world cutting slash?
Well, I mean,
The world
you know what?
cutting
Sure,
sweep.
I'll give you that because you know what,
Okay,
and you know what that means. Sukuna is better.
hold
He
on.
was.
We still have not agreed to what
Look,
Heian era
if
will learn.
Sukuna
Is it
benefited from
is
this the
it
most, then
Gojo?
that
Is it
means that he
post?
was able to adapt the most. He was able to learn quicker, and he was able to utilize all of his resources better than Gojo was, and therefore ended up with a Kit Kat Gojo.
Pre Gojo fight Heian era Sukuna. Say that 3 times fast. Um, he does not have access to world cutting slash, right? Because he did not
But
learn
that's
it.
my point. I'm saying that it doesn't matter because he has other ways to get through it. Simple domain, for example.
Boy,
But I'm saying that
look,
like even like his current fight, even with his Mekuna fight with Gojo, he would have also been evolving during that fight. So who knows, he might have learned another way to do it.
I disagree. But like we're arguing this like 100% of the time, Sukuna would have. You're arguing
I'm
Sukuna
not
would have.
saying 100% of the time. I never said 100% of the time. Right? I would say maybe like 7-3.
Right, with Sukuna being the three.
Nah, Suguna being the
I
7.
was,
And
I
that's
think
me
it was,
being generous.
no,
That's me
I
being
did,
generous.
I disagree.
Yes,
Um,
7-3. I mean,
but
there's
how, so,
all I'm saying is there's one person still standing, and it's not Gojo.
because, because,
That's you
no,
can't even say it. You can't even say it.
okay, but going back to the original question,
Right,
who would win if they both had a fresh start, right?
right.
And so this
Wait,
is,
hold on.
look,
Are we
this,
not going to talk about how Gojo cheated at the beginning and he used two other people to amp up his hollow purple? Is that not cheating? Because
the,
they are not part of his technique. They are not part of him. They are not part of, like they're outsiders. And you want
It
to say
was like
that Mahoraga teaching him how to get through infinity is cheating, but you don't even want to mention how the old man and homegirl boosted his technique to 200%. Like, come on now. If that is not cheating, I don't know what is. And you know what that did
um
to Suguna? Nothing. He was just like, "Hey, that was nice." Anyway,
I think it was just an introduction. That wasn't cheating. It was just a simple hello.
how
That's a
can you
simple hello
say
from
that? How are you gonna
that's
blatantly
a simple hello from
accuse
my
Suguna of cheating with Mahoraga, but just be like, "Hey, that's not cheating." Gojo, used outsiders, but hey, that's not cheating.
like what up?
Stay
Hello.
consistent, my boy.
No, okay, but we're going back to the question: Gojo versus Heian Sukuna. This this Heian Sukuna that I am interpreting right from the question that you posed at
Right,
the beginning of this video,
and that's the one I was talking about this whole time.
he does not have access to the world cutting
That's
slash
right.
that he
That's
is
the
level.
one I was talking about this whole time. I don't know what you thought.
No, you were probably thinking post
How
Gojo.
I how am I gonna use a world
Look,
cutting slash Heian
in the
Sukuna?
arc, the disaster curses tried getting past infinity with domain amplification, and
How are you gonna
they took
compare
that.
the disaster curses to freaking Sukuna, my boy?
No, but I'm
How are
just
you gonna
saying that
compare them? That is
Gojo
disrespectful. Say
has
sorry
like
right
domain.
now.
He's gonna get past it.
Okay, you're
He's gonna.
comparing a freaking disaster curse. They couldn't even be like what 15 fingered Sukuna.
Oh, okay.
That's disrespect. Say sorry right now. Take that back.
I won't. I
How dare
will
you?
not.
How dare you?
I will,
I am triggered. I'm at stage 3 right now.
this, this, this is no longer a safe. This is a safe space. But no, I feel like Gojo would be able to get around Sukuna's attempts, right? As much as you would argue that Sukuna would try and get around, his attempts,
Right.
right? Even and that world cutting slash was also like a sneak attack as well, right?
Hey, like I said, in Love and War, anything goes.
Boy, okay, so
Hey, are
I
you
think
not gonna say that first Hollow Purple wasn't a sneak attack and was cheating? See
okay,
see all this inconsistency I'm hearing from you?
look, look, it was a simple hello from the
Right.
goat.
Right.
Look, fucking Sukuna only lost like an arm and a half. So it was a simple hello. Look,
Right,
and he
right.
fired from like a million miles away. So it was, even though it was at 200%, uh, it was also nerfed at the same time.
What? Oh, okay.
So
Nah,
it
that's
was,
that's BS.
again, it was a
That
hello.
is BS.
How are you doing?
And you know how Sukuna
Right.
responded? By turning him into a Kit Kat. And then
Yeah. No, I cannot. Okay, so I think at this point of the video, it's like agree to disagree. So we're gonna leave it to the comments,
that's right.
right?
So
Below.
comment down
Who?
below. I think we can create a poll, no?
Oh, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So I'll create a poll. Who do you think wins? Who do you think had the better argument? Even though, like, for half of mine, someone didn't shut up.
Okay, hold on. What's the poll? What the poll are we talking about? Pre Gojo or post Gojo?
What
Hey,
do you
on air.
mean, boy? This whole time I've been talking about pre Gojo.
Okay.
How am I gonna put
The
a world
answer.
cutting
The answer
slash?
is obvious. The answer is obvious.
It's Sukuna.
And
Bye. But yeah, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a yap session from us. Hopefully the mics are okay. Hopefully you can see us okay.
right.
And I'll put the poll down below. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, like, and vote on the poll. Also comment, right? What do you think about this? If you think Gojo's gonna win, right how? If you think Sukuna's gonna win, right how? But we all know the correct answer here.
It's
Sukuna.
not Gojo.
Alrighty guys.
Well.
Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys on the next one. Peace.